Welcome to Bible Study with Fred. I'm going to be reading from Ecclesiastes chapter 9, starting with 11 and 12, making some comments. You can purchase my comments on Amazon in Kindle or paperback form, or just follow me here on Blogspot. Okay, chapter 9, verse 11. I returned and not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill. But time and chance happeneth to them all. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in a snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. Solomon speaks here of what we have all seen, the uncertainty of events, and in spite of all our talents and preparations, things do not always go as planned. From our point of view, in this life, randomness tends to look like it's in charge of things. However, when we study the book of Job, we see clearly that nothing, not even the minutest process of nature, happens without God's direct intervention. By this, the idea that your will can produce any desired consequence without God's permission or direction is laughable. In Job 38:38 to 40, it says, When the dust groweth into hardness and the clods cleave fast together, wilt thou hunt the prey for the lion, or fill the appetite of the young lions when they couch in their dens and abide in the covert to lie in wait? And Isaiah relates to us the very words of God in an advanced understanding of what is. Some people, brainwashed by the popular culture and dualism from Asia, think that evil is the absence of God. But they're wrong. In the context of the verse following, we have evil or violence and disaster in opposition to peace, as light is in opposition to darkness, but all by the hand of God's permissive or directive will. Isaiah 45:7, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Some foolish preachers have even declared that hell, mankind's natural destination without Christ, is the absence of God. However, Psalm 139:8, if I ascend up into heaven, thou art there. If I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. According to the Bible, randomness is an illusion. Solomon, looking at things strictly from our perspective, sees randomness in control, although it appears to be part of the overall point he will make at the end. Man and woman do not know when they will die any more than an animal knows when it will be caught in a net or snare. Death and destruction can and often do fall on human beings when they least expect it or had other plans. Deuteronomy 32:35. To me belongeth vengeance and recompense. Their foot shall slide in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand. The things that shall come upon them, make haste. Don't be surprised to learn that the study of history is the study of unintended consequences. Learn that nothing can happen without God's permission or his direction. So Ecclesiastes 9:13 to 18 now. This wisdom have I seen also under the sun, and it seemed great unto me. There was a little city and a few men within it. There came a great king against it, besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it. Now there was found in a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. Yet no man remembered that same poor man. Then said I, Wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of wise men are heard in quiet more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. Solomon remarks about how the wisdom of a poor man often goes unnoticed. One of the striking things about our system of people told in school that anyone could be president. Of course, a factory worker has no chance to be president unless he has made his way through the ranks of politics and become tarnished by a worldly philosophy. If he's not corrupted over time, he will be marginalized as a crackpot and a loon. Common sense, justice, and decency are not respected in the political world. Access to powerful backers and ability to manipulate the media are. Solomon repeats a much-used thought of his that wisdom is better than strength. Here it is better than weapons of war. But while wisdom is more certain than might, it is rarely heard, and it only takes one idiot in power to ruin a good work. We have the privilege of knowing what happened with Solomon's son, who, in his stupidity and arrogance, lost a substantial part of the kingdom his father and grandfather had made. As in verses 11 and 12, Rehoboam did not realize the consequences of his foolishness. See 1 Kings 1:12 to see how this happened. We as human beings don't know when our end will be, and often, in spite of all our best preparations, don't achieve the success we view should be ours. Some people appear very lucky, and in spite of equal talent and equal ability, others appear to be losers. You do your best and live right before God and pray for success and that God will use you in some way, but the outcome and what he has planned for you or what he will allow to happen to you are beyond your control. When you get to the end of your life, you might think what a great person you are and how you've been captain of your fate and the master of your destiny, as in the pagan poem Invictus by William Ernest Henley. But God will laugh at your, quote, unconquerable soul in the end. The Bible shows that God, not you, is the master of your fate, and you would do well to consider that. For every 10,000 ambitious, money-hungry people who were taught and believed that the world was their oyster, they were a great pearl a pearl of great value. There are 9,999 who finish their lives in frustration and unrealized dreams. The seemingly limitless opportunities of youth, whether it be in sports, business, entertainment, academia, or politics, often become the bitter memories of a life that got away. The king who authorized the translation of this Bible wrote a pamphlet of advice to the son he thought would reign after him. That son died prematurely, and the son who did reign was a fool who eventually was beheaded in a revolt. For all of our best intentions, we cannot know what will come after us. So Ecclesiastes 10 is coming up. I hope that you will read your Bible, study your Bible, cross-reference the verses, and pray to God for wisdom and understanding. And then share that interpretation with someone else. Thank you. Oh, please click like.